Okay, we're going to do round two here. For some reason, it didn't record more than the first 2 minutes. I don't know what's going on. So, all right. Old Friends, New Planets, the season finale of Lower Decks this season. Hopefully, it's not going to be the series finale, but in case it is, the closing credits make it look like it might be. But hopefully, my Batman is working on writing the fifth season. So, they were greenlit for a fifth season, but Paramount has been doing weird things lately. So, ask Prodigy what it's like to have greenlit for a second season and not happen. But anyway, so we get a little more further into the, we get a flashback to 13 years ago when Mariner is a fresh-faced, eager cadet and hero worshipping a bit Cedo Jaxa. And by derivation, the rest of Nova Squadron. But, mostly Cedo. That's the one she's fixated. That's the one she's basing herself on and wants to be just like Cedo when she grows up. And we see them, the whole group of them, except for, again, Jean something. I'll put the name back up again. But we don't, they're leading up to the whole thing. And Wesley is there, Will Wheaton back in a cameo. It's like, we need more time than him. Oh, we're Nova Squadron. We can do anything. We're going to do something that'll make us legends. What's that? Oh, don't worry about it. Everything find out later. And we get to look at poor Josh, who doesn't make it. But after that brief little bit, and then we're back to the present. And Nick says, perfect. Yeah, I got you. And they're going to, it's like, Nick, Mariner saying, Nick, I barely knew you back at the academy. Oh, you were practically a junior member of Nova Squadron. But now we're going to be Nova Fleet. And look out the window, and there's all the ships that have been shanghaied, and a few more we didn't see because these guys have been busy. And she's like, holy crap. It's, and figured pretty quick, better play along with him because Nick's not quite all there. And as we're doing a little tour of the facility, it's clear that they're taking this is a riff on JJ Trek. It's the same thing, the round corridors and all gleaming and white, and he makes it, no Starfleet carpeting or wood paneling here. It's like, and we get on the thing, meanwhile, Tendi and Rutherford and Boimler are back on the Cerritos, and but because of all the various governments that are involved, Captain Freeman's under orders to stand down and don't do anything to, possibly cause an interstellar war. So, Admiral Freeman's not happy. Captain Freeman's definitely not happy. And it's like, but we go around to, okay, we're going to, Tendi thinks she might have a way because Locarno makes a quadrant-wide broadcast. So everyone is like, hello, they feel like you're being stepped on and answering to incompetent superiors who don't know what to do. Come and join us. We're an unaligned fleet. We're all, it's like, and of course, the joke that has to be made, Rutherford, he looks just like Tom Paris. And I don't see it. And now he's got the same face. No, I'm still not seeing it. So, got to get that, out of the way early on. Then we move on. And they have, what they call a Trinar shield around pretty much the entire system. So nobody's getting in. And as extra bonus, he's got that Ferengi knockoff Genesis device. In case anyone tries to get stupid. It's like, that one we saw when they stole they shanghaied the Ferengi ship. And they got, that's a Genesis device, It's a subcompact version. And so it crumbs up again, and and it's about to announce it. Okay, we're gonna tell all y'all to screw that. We have a Starfleet officer who knows how to speak truth to power. Come on, Mariner. And Mariner gets up there and say, "Okay, well, I got a little message for all you lower deckers out there. And the guy sucks. He's an idiot. He's stupid." And they kicks him in the gut, steals the Genesis, probably bucks it out of there. And that Gordon Freeman said, "That's my girl." Okay. Announces the ship, "I am about to violate Starfleet orders. I am damned if I'm going to let politicians determine my daughter's fate. If anyone knows a bow out, because the court martial is going to come, it's going to get everybody. And everyone's we're with you." Nobody wants out of this one. They want to go after Mariner. They're gonna. So the Cerritos and Tendi has an idea of how they might break through that shield. So they go to Orion, and the idea is to just borrow a big giant Orion battleship. Well, Tendi's sister is on the throne right now, but she ain't playing. She don't want to do. She's trying to run 2 or 3 criminal enterprises right now. She ain't got time to play patty cake with Starfleet. No, make her look weak. And no. We're against Starfleet orders. So actually, well, maybe, but no. And finally, Tendi invokes trial barter by combat. Which, okay, that's interesting. It's it's like their little way, extreme version of how to, come to an agreement on a deal. One side picks a champion, the other side picks, and whoever wins, they get the deal. So, I forget what her sister's name is, but she picks this Beth as probably about 7 feet tall, huge, and brother makes it looks like a shack's and a half. What are we gonna do? And going through the lineup of who is Tendi gonna pick? Ransom is posing, and Billups I think is trying to flex a little bit. Shax is foaming at the mouth, ready to pounce on whoever. She picks Miglimo. We just he's just sitting there eating grubs. He's there for the ride. Well, what's up for stake though is if the Cerritos crew wins, they get the ship. If the Cerritos loses, Freeman has to hand over the Cerritos. Well, combat begins, and we find out what because Boimler's worried he's going to have to break in a new therapist because he's running for his life down there. But Tendi has a plan. If I up against the corner and yells down, fluff your feathers. What? Just and all this dander comes up. Beth, she trained with Beth back in the day, and she has horrible allergies. That's what just can't breathe in. And so Megman before starts getting starts fluffing them more, and then they're harmlessly punching her in the gut, but the thing is getting too close. She sneezes, blinds him with a big glob of and then she falls on him, pinning him, and by default winning. So oh crap, almost had it. And so just as Freeman's about to hand over control, hand over the command codes of the Cerritos. No, wait, Bendy, I got something you want more than the Cerritos. There's a crack about, you want something, you set the measly support ship. What do you mean, Billups? That's not a measly, it's a jewel, it's a California feeding ransom. Shut up, Gary. Tendi offers to return to Orion, stand at her sister's side and run the place. Okay, yeah. But you come back whether you free your friend or not. We won't. So okay, they get the ship, the big battleship, and it's just a big dead Hulk. That's you didn't ask about the condition of the ship. It's not fair. No, but it's very Orion, isn't it? So, and they go through a thing of arguing how to get the thing back up online because it's like. Bill says that take months to just get the systems online. We don't have months, And Rutherford and this other guy he had a rival with, or arguing which system to bring back on, which we can't just turn some on, some not. They're all dependent. No, they don't have to be. And so, T'Lyn comes with a solution. Okay, we can a way to reach a accommodation. And it turns out they go to the holodeck to do the Twain thing. Rutherford and the other guy, Mark Twain, and somehow they resolve this thing and come to a solution. I'm happier than a milkman's horse. We have come to the accommodation. Of course, Freeman says, why does this work? And sometimes illogical methods produce logical results. Whatever, we'll go with it. And so, cut back to this. Mariner's running for her life with the little Genesis device under her shoulder. It's about half scale. It's maybe yay long, way big around. Yeah. And she's scrambling to get away from these guys. She comes across is a Starfleet ship, USS Pissarro, I think it was, named after one of the art guys on the show that unfortunately died recently. So it's a tribute to him. There was also a ship named after him in Discovery. I think they had named it Pizarro. But I think it's a steam runner, but it's not quite, it's not quite a steam runner. It's similar, though. It's along the same lines. But she gets this thing, uses her mother's command codes to override and fire up the thing and transfer all the command control to the thing with a little joystick comes out and flies the thing out of there. And of course, everyone's going after it. They really don't care. They want that Genesis device back because that's their big bargaining chip. So they're chasing after. She flies into there's one of the planets has a ring system. She flies into the rings. Oh, chaotic, random, big objects. Great. Evade them that way, and she tries to sow a little dissent among the ranks. Like get the Ferengi. Why are you, following orders from human? We're not following him. Like, ninth acquisition, the boss is only worth what he pays you. The other rule is fire, shoot first and count the profits later. So, okay, that doesn't work. She goes in, eventually manages to event some coolant plasma frost over there, makes their sensors useless, and they break off. They lost her. So she's looking for a place to maybe have to dump this Genesis device somewhere. And there's an uninhabited planet. So, okay, we'll dump it there. But before she can get there, the rest of the ships are on her butt. And the Romulans, fire, but she's trying. Hey, you taking orders from human? We're not taking. We're a collective. We're a collection of equals, and also, So, yeah, sure you are. But then chasing him again. Oh, there's one little thing when she encounters the shield trying to get out, because okay, can we get this thing to warp? And then big malfunction because that shield's there. It works both ways. Keeps everyone in, but also keeps them out. So she's dodging around inside the system trying. And eventually having to all the ships around her and look, we can come back. No, I don't. No, it'll all be fine. We just want no, not happening. And eventually has to duck inside an ion storm. It's like, she'll be ripped apart in pieces in 10 minutes. We got to get the device back. Now, you giving us orders, Locarno? Bye. They beam I think the Bionars just deactivate the shield first because they're doing something quick, and then they beam out onto the Romulan ship. You're on your own. Like, fine, I don't need you. I'll do it myself. And I'm assuming he's the only one on this ship because everyone else would have booked out of there and on the other ones. So he goes into there. We get a little homage to the Mutara Nebula scene in Wrath of Khan. Same general music, not exact, but the same, type of motifs going there. And they're going slowly in the purple clouds and stuff, and the lightning strikes. And they're arguing back and forth over the radio, about Locarno saying, you hate Starfleet. What's that? No, I don't hate Starfleet. And, they screw up all the time, but the mission is still good, Anyhow, one of the better impassioned speeches in defense of Starfleet. And I think, any argument that they don't get Star Trek, no, they get Star Trek. They get it very much. Better than any show has since Enterprise. None of the live action shows have gotten this. It may be Picard season 3, because you finally had the adults in charge for a change. But every other live action thing has totally failed. And maybe that's what's irking some people about this show. That a sitcom cartoon understand Star Trek better than the shows they're supposed to get, the live action ones. Maybe that's ranking some the wrong way somehow, but the fact is, no. Again, stop thinking it was cartoon Star Trek. It's Star Trek in animated form. Same thing as the original animated series. It's just as legitimately Star Trek as any other part of it, and that's what they set out to do when they did this, making a actual Star Trek show, not a parody, not some twisted homage or takeoff, and Mike McMahon put out, we're doing a real Star Trek show. It's going to be funny, but it's going to be real, and these characters are really being fleshed out. And Mariner, especially lately, because in these 2 episodes, she has more growth and really realizing, remembering why she joined in the first place, what Starfleet is about. And because the whole thing last week said we were supposed to, Starfleet's about, puzzling out the secrets of the universe and everything, not being warriors. And that's really burned her, serious PTSD. When between Cedo dying and the war, the Dominion War, it just burned her out completely. But now she's got her mojo back and she's fighting for it now. And she remembered what she wanted to do in the first place. So she's getting back in it, and besides, she ain't gonna make it to that planet. So it's like set the thing off now. So the main thing is don't let them get their hands back on this thing. And just as she starts the sequence, and it comes up, Ferengi Faye, thank you, detonation in 5 minutes. And, Ferengi voice, Ferengi face, why not? I'll go with it. Just then, Locarno beams onto the bridge of the ship and holding the phaser rifle at her and taking shots at her. And they're getting arguments. It's like, it's too late. I've already activated. What, you think I can't defuse a bomb? I graduated top of my class. No, you didn't graduate. Boots him and gets, And it's like, look, Nick, you stunned the crew. You didn't kill them. You're not a murderer. It's like, unfortunately, yes, I am. And he's twisted. He's gone. And just as he's about to fire her. Well, back to this. The Cerritos is barreling on at the system. They're getting the notice from Starfleet. We ordered wait, who the hell are you? Boimler's in command. They've already had a little chat with Freeman, implying that she's on the Orion ship. And the Cerritos is towing the Orion battleship, and again, this is what the Cerritos does. It's a service vehicle. This is why they have a massive warp core to tow big monster things. You figure this could, at reduced speeds, it could probably haul a starbase, an orbital starbase or space dock there. But they're going full impulse, so they're really straining things to get a good amount of velocity on this sumbitch. And again, as they approach that thing, then let loose the tractor beam, zip out of the way, and watch this, big, gigantic Orion battleship just crash right into the shield, and blow a big old hole in it, long enough for the captain's yacht to go zipping right in there. That's where Freeman and Ransom and Shax are in, and of course, Boimler makes, I never actually seen somebody use the captain's yacht before. We'll just forget that, they did use it in Insurrection. But, moving on. He might not be up on that one. But there's, get in there before it closes up, and so they're zipping in there trying to get to Mariner. And they do. Just as, Locarno's about to zap Mariner, she gets beamed out onto the captain's yacht. How'd you get in? We crashed a battleship into it. And we get full impulse. No, we got to get Nick off there. And well, he's re-raised the shields, and as he's fighting to stop the detonation thing on thing, he gets the part. It's like thing verified. All right, see you now. And then please deposit 2 slips of latinum they put a paywall on a bomb, and there goes the. And we get a little clearer picture of what happened when you set this thing off. It's like it goes up and then it sucks in the entire thing of that ion storm. So it's pulling all the data, all the matter in, and forming a new planet. And it's like they get the Captain Chuck gets out of there, and a lot of the same kind of effects as when we saw it in Star Trek 2. But then, meanwhile, back later on the Cerritos, the Admiral is doing his best to chew out Freeman for should charge you for insubordination, but you did open to go relations with the Orions for the first time in decades, so and they're impressed with that, so we're really gonna do that. So and they managed to do it all without firing a shot at anybody, so okay, fine. Now we didn't talk about your lieutenant. I think the impression that they were talking about Freeman, we're talking about Mariner. No, actually, because as they're all getting reacquainted and start, and Mariner is finally real, she's really back for the first time in a long time. And it's like maybe this time she'll do stuff with be a little less self-sabotaging there. It's like, okay, so that sounds a little odd. Okay, forget all this thing. Let's get drunk. Okay, there she is. And they're back in the bar and they're zooming out and they're starting to. T'Lyn declines a message from her Vulcan captain, who may very well have been asking her to rejoin the fleet. No, I've decided to remain here. And, talking to Tendi, I decided to remain here and become your science bestie. Oh, you mean that? You don't say you didn't mean that. Why would I say that and not mean it? No, so they start the lower decks, and Shan just as an Orion ship arrives straight out of the animated series from the episode The Pirates of Orion. Now, I know they pronounce it Orion for some strange reason, but in the episode, but it shows up, boom, and there you are, and there's Freeman's Lieutenant Tendi. Basically your ride is here. So, boy, already, yeah, she doesn't waste time. So she, a little bit of farewells, and Rutherford is really broken up because who's going to help me clean the manifolds? Keep them clean while I'm away. So, she's going to be back. She doesn't plan on being gone for long, okay? But she beams over to the ship, and they're trying to, boost, Rutherford. Hey, the Orions probably bit off more than they could chew when they've got her back. So, she'll be back soon, But as she, as the ship warps out, and Tendy's watching it, and then she, very determined look in her eye and said, "You've got this." And then rousing routing credits, with the Starfield thing. So that's how we wrap that up. And again, if this is the final chapter we see for a while, it ended on a good note there. But I'm pretty sure we will see season 5 at some point. They're working on season 5. He's writing season 5 right now, and they have been greenlit. But again, that's not as permanent as we've led to believe in previous years. So, but we, odds are I think we will get at least a 5th season. Now, maybe they might take a page from Prodigy and further beyond that, shop it out to Netflix, and then we'll get who knows how many seasons. Because then no longer is Paramount, fitting the whole bill. They will have, you'll get the benefit of Netflix pipping in, and that's what with Prodigy. Is that with Prodigy, it only would have gone like 1 or 2 more years anyway if it stayed on Paramount. With it being on Netflix, it can go forever. So we may, but that is, where we're at there. And I'm going to save a series wrap up for our next video. But for now, that's it. And yeah, we have seen more character growth and really more understanding of what Star Trek is all about in this show than in any of the other, certainly none of the live action shows that we've gotten so far. Again, maybe, Picard season 3 touched on it, but even then, it still had some baggage in the previous years. This is the first one. It's like unencumbered, really, because they've gone out of way to ignore the live action shows entirely. When they've gone to the past, it's strictly been original series or Enterprise, and they do want to show the Enterprise some love. So we'll see how that works out. But anyway, that's what we got so far, and we'll talk at you later.